Hello and welcome, sports fans, to the Prince William Ice Center, home of the George Mason University Patriots. I'm John Baranowski. With me is a rare appearance by Ryan Shepard. He's usually our camera guy, filling in as Phillip Prevost finishes his duty on the other side for the Potomac Patriots. Thank you for tuning in for this game against the Liberty Flames. Shep, you know an awful lot about this team. Go ahead and tell me what your thoughts on Liberty tonight.
It's going to be a tough game for George Mason. Liberty's got numerous teams on campus. They actually have Division I, II, and III ACHA teams. They were talking about going to varsity NCAA level just a few years back. They also have a Division IV team, which isn't a legally sanctioned team. It's actually an adult league team. Huh. So there's plenty of opportunity for teams, for the Liberty team to pull up and down student athletes on many different levels to bolster their chances of making it to nationals.
I did know that they were the first college to have all 5 levels of ACHA hockey, 3 of men's, 2 of women's. I did not know about the ACHA Division IV. That's awesome. It's a hockey-hungry school. They have a great broadcast program there as well. They love hockey at Liberty. They
do. It's a rare thing to hear in a no-name town like Lynchburg, Virginia. It's the middle of nowhere. Hidden in the mountains is a Canadian suburb.
All right, well, Liberty stands at 6-2-0, even though their website lists them as 0-1. They are a very strong team. They've outscored their opponents a lot. What can George Mason do to face that?
George Mason's going to have to be puck hungry. They're going to have to be on top of the puck the entire game. Control it. Don't give up odd man chances here and there for Liberty to jump on. The Flames are notorious for being a quick scoring team at all levels. Here's going to be one of their big opportunities. This will be, in my liking, to their game against CNU. Hopefully not the same outcome. However, you got to be on top of them, because if you give them chances, they're going to capitalize on them.
All right, and with that, we're going to send you to the drop of the puck. We're getting close to game time, thanks to the Potomac Patriots. We'll join you back here in just a moment. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. He made it up here in a flash. Actually quite impressed at his speed.
The only reason why I got up here so fast is because I'm cold, John. I had to get my body moving somehow.
Liberty Flames, George Mason Patriots starts now. Liberty will win the faceoff, play around to the near side, send it back behind the net. Looks like we're going to have Fagerquist in net for the George Mason Patriots. Has a quick play off the back of the net and over to the far side boards. Liberty with that puck. Hard to read those numbers there. I do believe that's Eric Smith with a quick shot and a save made by Fagerquist, and he's going to hang on to it.
And someone already lost a glove.
Not the best start, I suppose, on the equipment aspect.
It's funny because one of the parents stopped me as I was trying to over, and she's like, "Do you have to make it the next game? Hurry up, hurry up!" I'm like, "Yes, I'm running."
Face-off won by the Flames, and it's played in front. It's taken away there by Shields. Along the near side, Coburn will have it. He'll play around behind the net. On the far side, Alex Mandeville will take a handle on it. Plays it around past Baker. Shields giving chase now. It'll go to Talbot on the near side. Sticked ahead by Tyler Lovejoy, but kept in the zone by Connor Sheehy. Given back to Talbot. Dylan Talbot enters enemy territory, centers the pass for Mandeville. The shot goes off of a skate, and is going to stay right there. Goes back into the corner now as Mandeville gives chase, but getting there first will be Jordan Dickinson. Quick shot from point-blank range from Lovejoy. Nothing doing. It's up top now for Pejao. He sends it well wide. Lovejoy with the second attempt there. Save made by the goaltender. That goaltender, Jonathan Lewis. Centered through a good clearing attempt. It looks like it's going to be icing against the Flames indeed. And the linesmen are going to have a fun time sorting out just who was on the ice.
Yeah, you know, the coach is always trying to get a quick, change in there because you see it's icy. Like, oh, can I get him on quickly? And no, got caught. Got to get all those guys back on the ice.
Yeah, it never works out, but everyone keeps trying it.
Hey, I mean, you try and try until you try again.
Face-off won by the Flames. It's down into the corner, picked up by Jordan Dickinson, and he's going to be pressured hard there. Intercepting the pass will be Jeff Egan. Puts it round behind the net. It's going to be scooped up there by Sheehy. Sheehy, the centering pass. It'll go all the way up ahead. Quick shot. That one came from Kyle Berman. Glove saved by Fagerquist, and he drops it down quickly. Baker with the puck. Carries it through. It goes off of the skate of Dan Vecchio, and it's going to negate any icing call. Back into that corner it goes. Marcus Dees got hit into the boards. He looks like he's hurting on that. Might have got the wind knocked out of him. Puck cleared out of the zone. It goes for Garrett Pohl, who'll play it right back in. 18:05 remains here in the first, no score, as Liberty takes on George Mason. Far side it goes, played in by Aaron Shields. Swung around behind, is going to be taken off there by Sean Baker. Played off and kept in. A good play there by Connor Gear, but it just wasn't enough. Baker got in the way. Cleared all the way back into George Mason territory. Brian Bach will pick it up. Over to the far side, kept in by Gregory Haywood. Haywood ahead for Wiesner. Wiesner will lose that puck, and it's back for the other number 9, which is Brian Bach. Bach trying to play it ahead for Connor Gear, and he'll send it further ahead for Dan Gassel. He'll clear it in. 17:20 remains here in the first, no score. Pile up on the far side boards. Liberty will still remain with that puck. Over the far side, Chase Evangelista will send it into the zone. Brian Bach back with it. Over to the far side, Shields will play it ahead for Sevi Cordova. Ahead for Tony, and it's cleared back into that near side corner. Kyle Berman with that puck. Lots of green on top of him. George Mason must not like wearing those home white sweaters. They're in green again, Liberty in white here on George Mason ice.
Sometimes, go ahead. To say sometimes that's just to keep that away mentality. I mean, then when you're on the road, then you have that home feel to it, and the Pirates, the Pittsburgh Pirates, their dugout is on the opposite side for that reason. Because, well, 2 reasons. One, because of how the sun comes for the thing, but also then they're always at home when they're away.
Huh. I just thought it was going to be because white was harder to keep clean.
That could be true too.
I like your answer better. Let's play through and up and out, and out to the near side. Icing going to be waved off. As chasing it down will be Connor Sheehy. So it swings around over the far side. Picked up there by Ryan Pejau. He'll play it ahead for Tony Cordova. Centering pass for Pouliot, and he sails it wide. Far side is going to be scooped up there by the Flames. Taking it up ice will be Kyle Berman. Berman along the outside. He drops it back. Stepping up was Backer, and it's going to play it well wide of the cage. Backer going to stop it at the near side point. This time we'll send it closer. Baker got in the way to stop it. Backer from Baker, that's right. Backer's got 2 Ks. As it goes through, over the far side, Haywood will send it back into the zone. And back along the near side. Around behind the net goes for Gregory Haywood. We have a delayed penalty call now. It's going to be against George Mason here with 15:27 remaining in the first period.
Trip, John.
Looks like Mandeville going to the box for tripping. Well, as good a time as any to mention that George Mason is having their annual fundraiser for Children's Hospital Cancer Ward. The fundraising game will be December 13th. Go on gmuicehockey.com so you can get a whole lot more information, make a donation, and find out what it's all about. We'll have a lot more information on that as the game goes on. Shot from the top of the slot that came from Kyle Berman. Over to the far side as the rebound kept in. Played off from Gregory Haywood. Back to the near side it goes. Over to Haywood. Kneeing is the call. Yeah. Looked like a trip to me too, but I guess not. Back to the near side, quick shot. Save made by Fagerquist on the glove. Oh, that was the last piece of equipment that was even in front of the net, and he managed to make it count. Berman to the near side. Plays it in front, a second chance for Jordan Dickinson. Over on the far side it goes. Haywood to the near side for Dickinson. He takes it off the bounce, lots of pressure on. Up top now for Berman. Berman dangles his way around one play, plays the far side, quick shot, he scores. Brandon Coburn will take the feed in front, and he'll send it into the back of the net past Fagerquist. 14:23 remains in the first. It's 1-0, a power play goal for the Flames.
I was just going to say that save that Fagerquist made with his glove, he actually had some help from Shields because his glove, he was able to stop the momentum, so the puck kind of stopped, but it was starting to almost trickle over the line. Shields was able to get it out, but now a couple seconds later, Mason's down 1-0.
Face-off won by the Flames. They have been controlling on those face-off wins. It's over the far side for Sean Backer. The long toss negated as it went off of a shin pad, and it's going to be chased down by David Guiney. Backer giving chase there as it comes back to the near side. Played in for Jeff Egan. We're going to have a delayed penalty call here as well, this time for interference.
I didn't even get to see it. It was down the boards here. I didn't get a chance to look.
Well, interference can be funny that way. Just a little bit of delaying the man.
Baker.
It's going to be Sean Backer in the box.
Backer, sorry. Let's see if this power play now can tie it up here. They are running at 13.5% right now, so that's really good.
Face-off won by the Patriots. It's over to the far side, where it's going to be played for Baker. Baker down to Tony Cordova. Up top for Baker, far point. Down low to Tony. To Sevi Cordova, down behind the net. He cycles his way around, swapping places with Tony. Up top to Baker. Over for Sevi Cordova to Tony, played in front, trying to reconnect. Bouncing puck, and it's beside the cage and now behind. 1:30 rest. He scores! Mandeville took the feed from behind the net and popped it in, a power play goal. And that just that quickly, it's tied up at 1.
Was that Mandeville that got it?
That was Mandeville in front, yes.
That was pretty. That's pretty. I was just going to say, Liberty's goal, maybe the team was a little mesmerized by a little stick handling, but that was pretty as well. Two beautiful goals so far in this game. And that hot power play has cashed in again.
Certainly going to help those numbers, no doubt about it. Face-off won by the Patriots. It's cleared back into the Liberty zone. Round to the near side, trying to play it up and out. Indeed it was. Ahead trying to find Matthew Graham. Graham will have it taken off of his stick by Brian Bach, but it's kept in there by Connor Sheehy. To the near side it goes. Lovejoy will stop it off at center. Will clear it in. Round behind the net. Still played off. I believe that's Jordan Dickinson down low. Back round to the near side. Pouliot stands up to Sheehy, gets the puck. Centers it in front for Guiney, but it's taken away as he couldn't handle the pass. .12:47 remains here in the first, and we're going to have a stoppage back behind the net.
Just to let you folks know that George Mason Hockey is sponsored by Geico of Northern Virginia. Geico, where a 15-minute phone call can save you 15%. Call Agent David Stinson Sr. for a quote at 703-754-3555.
Face-off won by the Flames, and Backer will take a shot, but is caught up in Daniel Gassel's shin pad, and he'll carry the mail now. Play around now, down low. Backer will get back to it. Pinching in there will be, I believe, that's Baker. That's around to the near side. Back ahead, past Connor Gear. Backer will take it again. He'll play it over to the far side. Finds Kyle Berman. Berman's pass went off of a skate. Finally getting the call. Mandeville does get the goal. Sevi Cordova on the first assist. And Tony Cordova. So Mandeville from the brothers Cordova on the power play there. As it's back in that near side corner. Played up but not out. It's kept in by Chad Dockstetter. Round behind the net, now in front for Docksetter again. He takes a shot. It got caught up in Guyne's shin pads. Played in front, saves made by Fagerquist, and it's finally cleared up and out. Back now to the near side it goes for Coburn. Quick shot, sends it wide. He had some room short side. Far side it goes for Haywood. Haywood over on the far side for Backer. Backer, cross ice feet now to Docksetter. He's got some room along that outside, looks to dangle. It's taken off of him by Baker. Round over to the near side, Evangelista takes that shot and it sails wide. Over to the far side, boards it goes for Matthew Graham. It's played off of the skate of Dan Vecchio and up and out. Jeff Egan trying to make the most out of that one, but he's knocked off the biscuit, as is Vecchio. He's knocked off his skates. Back round, behind the net. Was that played into the back of the net? Somehow. A bouncing puck found its way to the back of the net. Off of a shin pad of a Liberty player. Oh, and off the side of the goaltender. I did not expect that one. A fluky goal, but you take them how you can get them.
That puck had eyes, and it was going in the back of the net. I missed it. I really did.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I expected it to come around the horn now to the near side corner. That's where my focus was.
To tell you the truth, I was mesmerized by their coach yelling down the bench, and then the puck was in the net.
Well, Rhett McGibbon certainly has a voice. I'll get back to that in a moment. We're back round behind the net now over to the far side, and that time it actually does go round behind the net. Quick play in front, bouncing puck again, and it ends up in the back of the net. Joe Pouliot works his way to the front of the crease and backhands it past the goaltender, Lewis.
Lewis was looking for a penalty there. He thought he was interfered with. He didn't have a chance to get back to that puck, but no call. And I think it was a clean no call. I mean, there was white and green shirts in that crease.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was worthy of a call either. I mean, he worked his way to the front, and no one was there to take him away, and I don't think he got in the goalie's way, per se, so.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like he got ran over or anything. He went to make a save and then got out of position and couldn't get it away. More of his players were in the way than George Mason.
Over on the far side it goes for Sevi Cordova. Jeff Egan will get credited for the second goal. Nick Baker will get the assist.
Egan's second goal of the year, if these are right.
And Dan Vecchio will get it as well. It's a quick shot. He scores! And as we wait for the public address, Dylan Talbot puts one in the back of the net. How long will Lulu stay between the pipes at this point?
And the crowd is going wild here, John.
10-13 remains here in the first, and it's 4-1 in favor of George Mason.
And Liberty's coach is unhappy. He is. I can see how red he is from here. He almost matches the banners in the back. I mean, that's how red he is.
Rhett McGibbon has gone 7 shades of red in the past minute and a half.
And I'm actually surprised, like, they're keeping Lewis in there still. 4 quick ones.
Well, I mean, those 3 came really quick. Here's the third goal. Joe Pouliot with that one. Bouncing puck sent back into the zone. Sevi Cordova will get the first assist on the third goal. And then Aaron Shields will get the second assist. That's on the third goal. We'll still wait for the fourth goal's call. That's over to the far side now, as is played through for Jordan Dickinson. Bouncing puck sent over to the far side, where it's going to be picked up by Ryan Pejao back in his own zone. He'll send it around behind the net. Goes over to the near side corner for Marvin, a man who's not on my roster. It's over on the far side now. Quick pick up there for Jordan Dickinson. Round behind the net. Marcus Dees had a chance at it. Was that Tony from Sevi? Did I catch that?
That was the 2 assists.
As Martin will take it and send it back down the far side corner. Did you catch who got that goal?
No, I was looking at it too, and then it slipped my mind. But the Cordovas
it was Talbot. It was Talbot, and then from the brothers Cordova.
Yeah, and Cordovas have 2 assists apiece now tonight.
Not bad at all. We're going to have a whistle for an offsides coming. 8:47. It has been a chaotic first period, both from the end of the Potomac Patriots game, now through goal after goal that the public address can't keep up. and neither can we.
Hey, you're not going to argue with that, you know.
Not when you're on the winning side of it, no doubt about it.
4 goals and 6 shots, that's an amazing percentage there.
As it's played round behind the net, intercepted by Baker. I think our cameraman Ryan Shepard just had shudders from the thoughts of that. He is a goalie coach. Background behind the net.
They're converting 66% of their shots right now.
So a 33 save percentage. Quick shot, bouncing puck by Jeff Egan will be stopped by Lulis.
Maybe 62 now after that. But still, that's pretty impressive.
As the other commentating team in the box and in the video room behind us, I feel like we're in an aquarium being watched.
Now I know how a whale feels.
As it's played over to the far side, Garrett Pohl will take that puck.
It was a fat joke, John.
As it's round behind the net, and over to the far side it goes for Gregory Haywood. Back to the near side for Dockstetter. Never underestimate a grown man's ability to do faces like a 6-year-old. Actually, that's insulting to 6-year-olds. I'm sorry.
You can't argue with that. He hangs out with 6-year-olds all day long.
He is a teacher. Back now to the near side, it goes for Backer. Backer will send it all the way across the ice. Too far for Coburn. Coburn still trying to get a handle on it, not much luck. Dockstetter will have it now as Pouliot forces him to the outside. He puts it back. Backer will pick it up in the near side point. He'll send a long pass over the far side for Matthew Graham. Graham will send it round the boards now to the near side where Joe Pouliot will get a piece of it. Can he clear it out? He won't. It's kept in there by Sean Backer. Backer has been everywhere so far. And now Dockstetter will have it. No, but it's off to Sevi Cordova's shin pads, and he's off to the races. Sevi Cordova looks, dangles, shot, and he sends it just wide of the net, but he plays it back. Pouliot had a chance at it. We're going to have a whistle now. I believe the net knocked off its moorings.
Yep, exactly what happened. They had a collision in front of the net between Pouliot and I can't see the number from her.
Yeah, as much as I love these Liberty sweaters, they're very minimalist. The outline on the numbers throws you off a little bit.
With the black screen too.
The black screen.
It just kind of
combine the two, and it is not a good time.
I'm kind of disappointed that they don't have more of a logo on their front, though.
They change their sweaters pretty often. Give it a few years, and
I know I like a good logo.
Back round to the near side, bouncing puck through it. Oh, a big hit there on Garrett. No, I'm sorry, that was Dylan Talbot. As it's played ahead, Lovejoy trying to force that puck ahead. Nothing doing there. It's sent back out by Matthew Graham. Shields will stop it before it hits center red, and he'll put it back into the zone. Picked up there by Dickinson. He'll clear it over everybody's head. Back now to the near side. Bouncing puck, put back, top of the point. Quick shot came there from Connor Sheehy. Ahead it goes for Dylan Talbot. He had the last goal. Looks, shot. Oh, it's just off the goalie and then wide. Back round to the near side. 6:20 remains in the first. 4-1 George Mason, your score. Over to the far side it goes. Played off for Graham. Graham swings round behind the net. Now to the near side boards. Back through for Coburn. Quick shot. Blocker. Save made. He centers it through. Dockstetter on the far side. Boards will pick it up. He surveys his options. Will decide to go into the corner and bounce it in front. Save made by Fagerquist. Puck right in front on the doorstep. No one there to pick it up. Another quick save. Snatched out of the air by Fagerquist. What a beaut.
I don't know how he got that. Really, I don't. Yeah, that was just one of those, I feel the force catches.
Hey, he had a moment with the puck. Reach out. I'll be there.
I'll be your friend.
That's a different song. You run music over there. What are you doing? 5:52 remains here in the first.
I was asking. It wasn't really talking about songs. Asking.
Never play Name That Tune with Phillip Prevost. Far side it goes.
I can tell you beats. I can't tell you song titles or artists.
Ah, okay. Over to the far side it goes.
I know that's not helpful at all.
Back through it goes for Coburn. Coburn looking to the outside. Backhand never goes high and outside. Back along the near side it goes. Picked off there by Kyle Berman. Berman will have his pocket picked by George Mason. Haywood will take it before it gets out. Quick shot. That puck got redirected. Fagerquist made the save. Thought he had it in the paraphernalia. Nothing doing. Far side. Quick shot. Diving effort will send it wide. That was Danny Gassel stepping in there against the shot from Baker. Quick shot. Save made by Fagerquist. He'll cover that one up. We have a little chirping in front of the net The bench didn't like it, but the players on the ice are like, meh.
And chirping still going on with 18 there. Kyle Berman kind of actually chirping to the linesman a little bit too on his way back. Face-offs to the right of Fagerquist.
5:04 remains here in the first. 4-1 your score. As it goes over to the far side and swung round behind the net. There's a good time here at the George Mason game, up 4-1 with 5 minutes left in the first. Over the far side, quick shot, goes off a skate of Dan Vecchio, and he managed to stop it. We're going to have a call here as Vecchio got his stick up. Yeah. Back into the near side corner. Finally, they'll touch up. I think we'll have Liberty on the power play.
Yep. Cut with his hand in the cookie jar there.
Dan Vecchio going to the box for hooking. 4:43 remains here in the first. Your score, 4-1 on 3 quick goals. One of them fluky, the other 2 well-deserved.
If you really think about it, they all were. I mean, the first goal was around the 17 mark.
Yep.
And then you had 3 between 13 and 10. So, I mean,
they were all pretty darn quick. 3 really quick. It's played right in front. Coburn will score as he dangles his way around Fagerquist. Fagerquist was hung out to dry there. George Mason worried about going off the face-off win, and Coburn just managed to improvise.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe if the ice may be a little bit slick there right there. Fagerquist loses his balance and just can't get back there to stop the puck.
Well, after 2 power play goals, I think the lesson is stay out of the box.
Yeah, I mean, and we just said about how their penalty kill. Actually, I didn't say that. Their penalty kill is at 88.6%, which is pretty high. But you give up 2 power play goals like that, and that's not good.
And both of them very early in the power play.
And then you saw last week they gave up a penalty shot after one of two.
So,
I mean, you got to be careful there.
I just played off to the near side. 4-2, a 2-goal lead now for George Mason. Now you gotta buckle down. As it played right in front, bouncing puck there, kept out by the Patriots. Puck redirected in front, just sails wide. So Coburn will get it, the assist coming from Dockstetter. As it's back the other way now for the Flames, pushed ahead there for Coburn. Coburn on the outside. It's snatched up by the goaltender as Coburn got knocked off of it. And now we have a pile-up over on the far side of the net. Sevi Cordova went battling his way in there, and he's going to be pulled off by the linesman. Tony having a nice discussion. Oh, and a face wash here with, who is that? That's Kyle Berman.
And Tony Cordova, yeah. They're chirping back and forth.
Yeah, there's a lot of jawing going on. I'm sure Sevi's telling him to drop him.
And that's not the first time we've said about Berman and his chirping tonight.
We're going to have Sevi Cordova and Chad Dockstetter in the box. I imagine it's going to be matching minors.
Well, you got to get control of this.
Yeah, the referees are definitely going to have to clamp down as they don't want this spiraling out of control.
And actually surprised it's not more in the box, to tell you the truth. They gave them both 2 on the board. Maybe it's 4-on-4? It's 4-on-4.
Oh, wow.
It's always interesting why the different, when they call, Patriots game over there, the Potomac, they would have probably called that 2 offsetting minors.
Yeah,
interesting.
We're very much used to seeing the matching minors and leave it 5-on-5. I guess not in the ACHA anymore. Depends on the ref. Baker from behind his own net.
I'll say a lot of times you also share these referees and linesmen between games.
It's true.
So,
I don't know. So slashing the call for Dockstetter on sportsmanlike for Sevi Cordova. Quick shot, he scores! Oh, and what a nice little shot there. Just hops over the goaltender. I believe, it's going to be Alex Mandeville. Mandeville who got the goal on that one.
And Lewis is still on the ground. He cannot believe it. He's getting pulled.
Not much of a surprise at that point. Going in,
Flannery?
Daniel Flaherty. Looks like we're going to get on sportsmanlike the other way on Liberty. Is that for Lulis's actions? Yeah, Lulis is thoroughly distraught on the bench.
Oh, I would be too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a low percentage shot right up in front. A slow ball, if anything, just hops up and he missed it blocker side.
But to tell you the truth, his defense didn't help him either. His defense let him hang out to dry a couple of these goals. It's not all his fault.
No, absolutely.
The team game.
Well, that's the thing with being a goaltender. Every mistake you make, someone's going to notice it. Everyone's going to notice it. 3:19 remains here in the first. 5-2 your score in favor of the George Mason Patriots. Off the face-off win, it'll be Dylan Talbot now to the near side for Tony Cordova. Mandeville will get the goal, his second of the game. Nick Baker will get the assist. And Garrett Pohl will get the second assist. And they're going to wave off another goal. I look at my roster to hear Garrett Pohl.
Why? I'm just kind of curious of why they waved it off.
I think the net must have been off, and yeah.
Looks like the net was off.
My goodness, just the slew of scoring. I mean, we came in here expecting a defensive battle.
Yeah.
Completely unprepared for this. It's over the far side. Nick Baker, far point. Haywood will be in the box front sportsmanlike as it's played in front and intercepted by the Flames. 4-on-3 for another 48 seconds. It's played back for Nick Baker. Baker will pick it up behind his own net. He plays it now to the near side for Tony Cordova. Cordova along the outside tries to dangle, lost an edge there. Ended up going through Connor Sheehy. Over to the far side, cleared up and out. 28 seconds remains on the 4-on-3. Nick Baker carries the mail, sends it out to the near side for Tony Cordova. Tony will drop it back. Baker will play it over the far side for Dylan Talbot. He'll send it around behind the net. Finds Tony Cordova, and he'll send it right back, but it's intercepted by the Flames. Back to the near side. 7 seconds remains on 4-on-3. It's cleared the length of the ice, and Fagerquist will play it back behind his own net. He's pressured hard. Bouncing puck in front. Trying to get the wraparound effort there was Jordan Dickinson. Nothing doing. Good play by Fagerquist, making up for that mistake.
Oh, he got lucky there. He's trying to play Marc-Andre Fleury there, and at least it didn't end up the same way.
It's played ahead. Quick play in front. Tony Cordova with the shot. That feed came from the near side corner. 10 seconds remain on 5-on-4 action now. As it's along the near side for Backer. Backer gets the outside, takes a slap. Save, maybe we're going to get a whistle, I believe, for offsides. 1:22 remains here in the first. 3 seconds of power play for the Patriots.
I can't tell if Sevy's getting in the face of Backer, but or they're just having a little jaunt.
Just a little jawing back and forth, I think.
That was a late shot after the whistle.
I'm shocked they called it, frankly. It was a quick shot from the red line. Glove down by Fagerquist. He'll leave it off for Aaron Shields. Shields to the near side. He'll play it for Connor Gear. Cross-ice pass goes to the far side. Stepping in there was Will Edler. Couldn't get to it in time. Pejao will play it up to Edler now. He'll chip it ahead for Daniel Gassel. 1 minute remains here in the first. 5-2 your score in favor of George Mason. Puck buried down to that far side corner of the Liberty zone. As it swung back around, Liberty with possession now up to Martin. Martin trying to play it, trying to keep it in was Shields. He failed at that one. Dees will take the shot and it's sent wide of the net thanks to Fagerquist bouncing puck in front. And it's somewhere underneath Fagerquist. It popped out in front, swept to the near side. He got lucky.
It slid between his pads, came out between his feet.
Really, the defense came up and
Pejao was able to clear it.
Supported Fagerquist well. 22 seconds remains in the period as it's sent back into the Flames zone. Far side it goes for Dickinson. Ahead, trying to find Martin, but it looks like we're going to have an icing call here with just 9 seconds remaining in the first period.
What is it with people icing right before the end of the period today?
We've experienced that a lot tonight, haven't we?
Seriously, it was worse than the other game. I mean, there was 1.2 at one point, or 0.12.
Yeah, it was just a second left. There's the face-off one to the Patriots. Quick shot bounced off of a player, and it's bounced on the near side. Just 3 seconds remain as we'll have a collision on the near side boards. And it's pinned, and we'll finish out the period. 5-2 your score. I'm sure Liberty could not be happy going into that locker room. I'm sure things will change come the second.
They better hope so, or this game's going to get out of reach quickly.
That's going to wrap it up for us. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. Join us for the intermission report right after this. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost for the first intermission report. 5-2 your score, not what we expected.
Not too shabby either.
No, not at all.
When I was thinking about coming in this game, because their last game at Kettler against George Washington, they gave up those quick goals in the third period. I thought they would have came back in this game and would have buckled down and played a very defensive, close game. And not what we've seen so far.
And, I mean, Liberty had beaten George Mason earlier this season, a 4-2 score down in Lynchburg, Virginia. Shocking, to say the least, to see this already.
And it was close, too. It was close until the third period.
Yeah, the third period
it was tied into 2. So this is completely not what we expected.
Plus, Liberty played against James Madison recently, lost by a score of, what was it, 8-2? I had that out earlier.
Anyway, it was 8-5.
But it was a 7-goal third period for James Madison that made that game. So it was very tight in the first 2 periods, and a collapse in the third. Should be in the back of the folder, if anything. But anyways, not what we expected.
8-5. I was right.
What was it?
So it was a 7-goal period against James Madison.
And it was 8-5.
They were up 4-1 going to the third, and then they just collapsed.
So to see this in the first period, shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. But hey, give credit to George Mason. They have made their shots count. 5 goals on 9 shots.
That's a great percentage.
That is an awesome percentage. I mean, they've been outshot 13-9 here, but they just made it count. And maybe part of it is, you know, Lewis was being maybe a little soft, maybe let a couple soft ones in. It happens. Happens to the best of them.
Just not in the zone for this game, and you know, it knocked off after that first goal. And that second goal was fluky, and he couldn't put it away.
And I really think, personally, I think he should have been pulled after the 4th goal. That's where it goes. I mean, I get it. They did score a goal and make it 4-2, but then you let that soft one in right after. That was good that they pulled him. He needed to clear his head.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? We might see him back in, but I wouldn't expect it. Rhett McGibbon, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do back on the bench now.
I haven't seen a goalie get put back in yet, personally. So, but he was angry. I wouldn't even put him in just because his composure's gone. Just not there.
That's very true. Very true. All right, well that'll wrap it up for the coverage, but I want to make sure I get this in. George Mason is having their big fundraiser coming up, and I want to make sure I get as much information for it because it's a great cause, and they do a great job with it. Mason Ice Hockey joining Children's Hospital in fundraising to fight pediatric cancer. They will be taking, for the second time in 3 years, the Be Brave and Shave campaign with Children's National Medical Center of Washington. They've committed to raise $20,000 between today and the team's December 13th game against Virginia Commonwealth University, which is here, and we'll have that game covered live. And they will conduct a battle for the Commonwealth Cup for Virginia, obviously, and the Children's Hospital for the fight to beat pediatric cancer. Tickets for this game will go on sale today at $10 each. Can be purchased from a member of Mason Ice Hockey at our ticket sale desk in the rink at each Mason Ice Hockey home game, or via email at shyjek, H-Y-J-E-K, at bakerdonaldson.com, or go to gmuicehockey.com. That's their main website, gmuicehockey.com. Check it out. It's a great cause, and I really hope that they're able to make that.
They haven't fundraised yet, have they? It's starting today.
It starts today.
Okay.
And they're going to have silent auctions, autograph memorabilia, experience prize package, variety of raffles, and of course the game. They're going all out, pulling out all the stops for a great cause.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious of when we come back next Friday to see what they're at so far.
Because, I mean, to hit those numbers, really impressive.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. We'll send you to the drop of the puck in the second period right after this. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. Liberty Flames down 5-2. Let's see how they come back to this one. As it's played off to the far side, off the quick shot from Dockstetter. Bouncing puck on that far side board is Kyle Berman. Will play it ahead, trying to get it through for Coburn. Round to the near side corner. Garrett Pohl trying to step up in there. No, I'm sorry, that was Tony Cordova. I saw the one. With it back on the near side, it's played by a high stick, and we'll have a stoppage of play. Well, I'm sure Rhett McGibbon has given the team a piece of his mind and trying to get them back fired up.
He's not as red, so I hope maybe it seems like he might release some of that anger. Yeah. And he's actually being positive back there. So must have did something.
He's a very positive guy. Rhett McGibbon usually is their broadcaster. He works for the, I know the Division I component. He's come down to coach the Division III team as well as broadcast. So he's pulling multiple duties on that.
And he's a dad of 3 and has one on the way. He's got multiple jobs, so I give him a lot of credit.
And with all the, I mean, you saw the article on how many degrees the man has. So we'll get back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
That's back over to the far side as it's played around to the near side boards. Berman will take it, and he'll leave it off for Dockstetter. Centering pass, trying to find through for Coburn. Over on the far side boards. Centering for Sevi Cordova. Sevi and Tony. Sevi off to Tony, puts the shot. He scores! Tony Cordova puts it in the back of the net before he's thrown in as well.
I was going to say, he didn't want the puck to have all the fun. He wanted in there too.
He got the full puck experience. 6-2 your score with 18:57 left to play here in the second.
And both boys have 3 points each on the night.
Well, they're twins. They gotta step it up and match one another.
It's like an ESPN or something, you know?
ESPN. A fantastic goal as you have brothers Cordova charging to the net. Tony made it count.
I want to make a shirt. Cordova twins or something like that.
The brothers Cordova.
Yeah.
They're like the Venture Brothers, but more goals.
I was thinking of Brothers Grimm, they put the fear into goalies.
Ooh. You might be onto something.
Since they have like 80% of the points for the team.
Pouliot will get the second assist on that one, as it's Tony from 7. We're going to have a delayed penalty call. This man knocked down behind the net. It's going to be interference against the Patriots. Going to the box will be, I believe
12.
It's going to be 12. It's going to be Tyler Lovejoy.
I think it's Lovejoy. So yeah, back to I can't remember his name. It's been a long day. How many degrees? Yeah. He has a degree in math and chemistry/biology with a minor in French. Is it
yes.
French?
Well, I believe he's French-Canadian, so I'm sure that came a little easier to him than most. But
sweet. Whatever you want, whatever.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, that's him.
I mean, I have a math minor and that was rough. Biology and math and chemistry.
As a quick play in front, saves made by Fagerquist. As it's played wide, and it's minute 44 remaining on the power play for Liberty, as Haywood will have it near point. Takes the shot, sails it wide. Far side it goes. Picked up there for Kyle Berman. Round behind the net for Dockstetter. Over to the far side, trying to find Berman, but it's going to be played away. Cleared by George Mason. Trying to get back in there will be Dan Vecchio. He will get there first, but he's knocked off the puck. He's battling his way to it now, but it's going to be taken off of him. Taken away by Gregory Haywood. Haywood to the near side for Coburn as Vecchio was knocked down well behind the play. No call as the bench wanted one. Far side, Coburn with it. Up top for Berman. Berman finally tees it up. It's going to be intercepted off of Vecchio. Played ahead for Egan, but he couldn't hang on. Back Vecchio will slide into first and make that stop. Kick, save, and a beaut. Cleared out.
I forgot
50 seconds remains on the power play.
I forgot they were on the PK.
As it's back through, and well, they've been impressive on it. Liberty just a little bit of pressure, but not enough to be like, oh, wow, they're set up. And big collisions on the far side is carried up ice by Haywood. Quick shot, save made. Fagerquist will cover it up. And that man driven out of dodge. 32 seconds remains on the power play for the Flames.
So far, so good. The first 2 power plays that Liberty was on, they scored quickly. So at least George Mason's been able to settle down and not so much, dip and dash in front of the net, you know, which has been their bread and butter so far in this game.
As it's face-off won by Liberty. Quick shot, save made by Fagerquist off the shot from Backer. I did actually have a chance to call a game with Rhett McGibbon, ACHA Nationals 2011, I believe. Was it 11? Yeah. Thank you, Shepard. As yeah, 2011. It was a game that it did not involve Liberty Flames, but he was the nicest guy, and he is a heck of a broadcaster. Excellent, just absolutely excellent. As the play went straight up in front, it's sticked away there, but kept on the near side for Connor Sheehy over to the far side. Played off for Backer. So to see him coaching, I was quite surprised and a little delighted. Haven't gotten to talk to him yet, thanks to the Potomac Patriots, but maybe I'll get a chance to. As it's back along the near side it goes. Clackering will play it over the far side for Backer. Quick shot, save made, and it's going to be covered up there by Fagerquist. He got in the glove, but he couldn't hang on to it and slapped down to the ice, and he made the save from there.
Yeah, and George Mason did a better job there. They didn't let Liberty get behind the defense. He had a defender right there to cut off the angle, so Liberty really didn't get a good shot on that rebound.
16:25 remains here in the second. 6-2 your score in favor of the Patriots. Far side. Bouncing puck comes through for Dockstetter. It's cleared up and out of the zone. Chasing it down will be the goaltender, Daniel Flaherty. He leaves it off from behind the net. It's going to be played off there for Dickinson. Digging for it will be Mandeville, who takes him down. Back through and now carrying up and out. It's going to be Marcus Dees. Dees will head for Berman. Berman plays it back, trying to find Haywood. Mandeville, who was the man knocked down, coming in from behind, hooked up hard by Haywood. He sends the shot wide. I am shocked there was no call there.
He also got slashed a little bit too on the shin pad.
Yeah, Haywood was not kind. The back through along the near side. Dockstetter backhands the pass through as pile up in front of the net. Liberty trying to get a little physical, but they're not really doing it in a very clean manner. It's over the far side for Dockstetter.
No, they're going to get called here soon.
One would think as Mandeville will have it, he'll play it up and out, a slow ball. Going to be chased down there for Dickinson. Played ahead now to the near side. Evangelista can't get to it. Baker will. Bruckner will take it. Unable to hang on for long. It's kept in there by Dickinson. Back on the near side. Bouncing puck will be taken off there by Baker. Quick play in front. Fagerquist will snatch it out of the air and make the save. Just under 15 minutes left to play in the second. 6-2 your score in favor of George Mason.
George Mason University Hockey, sponsored by Glory Days Grill. Going out before the game, after the game, to go watch the big game, then go out to the Glory Days Grill, the official sports restaurant of the George Mason Patriots.
Quick shot, save off the blocker, just sticked over to the far side corner. Marcus Dees will get in there. Dees will get back to it and played around in front for Martin. Quick shot, save made on the pad. Rebound comes through and it's played over to that far side where it's picked up by Matthew Graham. Dees will get it back. Up top for Sheehy. Quick shot, bouncing puck sails wide of the net. Round to the near side boards. Back through it goes. Picked up by Nick Baker. Baker trying to take it the length of the ice, but he's going to have it taken off of him, but he tries to get back to it, back in that far side corner. Centering pass, no one there in front of the net to pick it up for him. Sent ahead for Matthew Graham. To Egan, who couldn't hang on, and now Marcus Dees will have it on the outside. He'll play it to the net. Stick save made. Martin will play it in front. No one there except for a bunch of Patriots. It'll be snapped down by Fagerquist. 14:04 remains here in the second. 6-2 Patriots. Not much to be said for the second period yet.
No, I mean, there's nothing really to speak of because there's not too many goals. We've only had one goal so far. At this point in the last period, we had at least 3.
And George Mason has come out and answered quickly. We expected Liberty to come out firing, and they haven't. The Flames have been smothered here in the second. Back now it goes for Brian Bach on the near side. Back through, and it's going to be taken away off the stick of Guiney. Back on the near side. Vecchio, bouncing puck. It goes round behind the net. Picked up there by Dickinson. Dickinson battling with it. That's Guiney over on the far side. Trying to force it out of the zone. Finally they will. Near side, Berman will get to that one, but it's taken right off of him by Jeff Egan. Egan to the near side. Dockstetter will stop it at center red. He'll play it across the ice. Berman will pick it up in front of his own bench. He pushed it ahead for Coburn. Back through it goes, back along the near side. Chipped in behind the net. And Fagerquist was looking for an icing call. He's not going to get it. Round behind the net. Played off to the near side boards. Bouncing puck as Liberty forces it on the near side. Played off for Dickinson. Over to the far side, snatched out of the air by Vecchio and volleyballed out of the zone. Dickinson with that puck as Egan will try and get to it. Quick play through as trying to get there was number 6, Andrew Nash for the Patriots. As we seem to have a lot of stymied effort, a lot of neutral zone play right now. Dickinson will try and play it back in. He does. Fagerquist will stop it off. Leave it off for Brian Bach. Bach comes to the near side, deking the man out. Dangles a second time, gets a stick up in him, and we're going to get that one called. It goes for Tony Cordova. Tony plays it off, quick shot, oh, and he sails it. He caught it off the heel of the stick. That was Brian Bach on that opportunity from Tony Cordova.
And he had him beat, too. Goalie was down in the butterfly, he's going top shelf. It just took a little bit over the shelf. But up till that rush right there, Liberty has done a very good job of taking away the neutral zone and keeping the puck in the Patriots zone. They've got some pressure right now until the hooking call. So remember we said about how they were becoming more aggressive? Well, now they finally become too aggressive, and 2 minutes in the sin bin.
Now, yeah, and we have with 12-14, we're going to have that penalty coming to Caleb Wiesner. As a play from Baker, quick shot, he scores! Nick Baker from the near point slaps it home. Just 7 seconds into the power play. 7-2 your score.
You sure the Patriots are not the Flames today? I mean, because they're on fire right now.
I got nothing. I can't follow that act. Are you kidding me?
Or the Masons are putting out the Flames today.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, the Liberty charred remains. And smothered remains? Smothered remains.
Yeah.
As it's back over to that far side, Pejao trying to step up to it. Liberty looks like they have a spring in their step, trying to be like, no, you're not going to do this to us. And they will score. Well, they took it upon themselves. Brandon Coburn put the team on his back and carried them to the back of the net. They answered back at 7-3. That's still a pretty big deficit.
Answer back's an understatement. That was quickie.
Well, I mean, that truly was answered back. They sent 3 guys over to the far side, just sweeping towards the net, and Coburn was the last man in. It was impressive, but unless you can do that another 4 times and hold down Mason, it's not going to last. That was a flicker of talent. A flicker of the team that we expected to see.
Flicker.
Yeah, see? Yes, it's a flame joke. Poke over the far side. Garrett Pohl. Bouncing puck, and he'll be slapped away by Pejao. We're going to have a delayed penalty call to come against Mason.
Yep, they got called on trip.
11:28 remains here in the second. It's 7-3, so still a 4-goal lead for the Patriots, but Liberty has been quite good on the power play. That's where 2 of their 3 goals have come.
They're 2 of 3 of the power play.
And we'll see what happens with this one. Patriots will win the face-off, played up but not out. It's kept in by Dickinson. Back up top for Berman. Back to the near side. Quick shot from Haywood. Bouncing puck. That was Dockstetter who had that one. He puts it back behind the net. Tripping is the call. We have 1:40 and it's cleared up and out.
Interesting that Coach Hijack's using the Cordovas on the penalty kill.
Nick Baker got the goal. Dylan Talbot with the assist. And Sevi Cordova will get an assist. And yeah, a man deked out of his skates on the way through.
Now, Tony wiped out down here, and then 2 seconds later, Sevi wiped out right on the blue line.
They have that connection.
It's that twin thing. I just thought it was funny. That,
yeah, it's thoroughly amusing. 1:21 remains here on the power play for the Flames.
And actually, they kind of went down the same way, so it's a mirror image. That was the kind of scary part about it.
A quick play in front. Coburn had a chance there. Coburn had the goal assisted by Berman. So Docksetter got the second assist. So it was Coburn with Berman and Docksetter on that Liberty goal, as it's played right in front and sticked away here. 50 seconds remains on the power play as Joe Pouliot tries to muscle the puck away, and he does. A little bit of help from Dan Vecchio will get it up and out of the zone. 40 seconds remain as Liberty works the breakout here. Gregory Haywood will carry up ice to the far side. A little bit of pressure from Dan Vecchio, and now Pouliot steps up for Pejao, and he'll be forced over to the far side half boards. Puts it back down behind the net for Marcus Dees, and he missed. Vecchio will get to it, got a stick up in his side, but he kept on fighting. Clackering will have it, and Pouliot trying to take the puck away from him. 17 seconds remains on the power play as Clackburn will have it. So that's Clackering. Now it goes back now on the near side. Backer gets around to the outside, now puts it in the near side corner. 5 seconds remain on the man advantage. Clackering will have it over the far side now for Sheehy. Played in front, five-a-side hockey as it's taken away there by Guiney, but it's taken right back. Dees with it, played in front, trying to find a chance for Matthew Graham, nothing doing. Graham will play it right in front, bouncing puck in the slot, taken away now. Far side, Marcus Dees up for Sheehy, takes the shot, pad save made. Far side it goes for Dees again. Liberty is putting on the pressure now. Can the Patriots get it out? Lots of pressure as Pejao had a chance, could it up but not out. Sheehy will have it, far point. He plays it off for, I can't see a number on that, I believe that's Caleb Wiesner. Wiesner, bound to Sheehy, slapper, save made, rebound, second one came, and the save made by Fagerquist for a point-blank rebound from Josh Clackering.
They needed that. Ever since that power play started, Liberty's been just breathing down the Patriots' neck. They needed that break. George Mason, every time they tried to clear it, they cleared it right into a Liberty player and to his feet and couldn't do anything with it.
That was a little more of the team we expected to see from the outset. As it's taken now by Nick Baker down to the near side for Mandeville. I mean, George Mason came out and was firing the entire time. Yeah, you got to not just a collapse by Liberty, but a lot of pressure by George Mason. We'll have an offsides call here with 8:25 remaining in the second. 7-3 your score in favor of George Mason.
I'm kind of curious about what their numbers for PK and power play would be for Liberty, but our sheets don't have it. Right. It says .0 for 365 attempts.
Well, they have one game listed with the ACHA, so they had plenty of games. I'm sure you can get out the
we have down a 6-2 record here.
Doesn't have the stats on power play. As it's played over the far side, Dylan Talbot will carry up ice. He's going to clear it just past the cage. He gets back to it and tries to put the backhand effort in, but couldn't get a handle on the puck. It's cleared up and out. Aaron Shields will take it there. He'll play it right back in. Chasing in there will be Lovejoy and Mandeville. Around behind to the near side. Back over the far side boards. Gregory Haywood will have it, but he's knocked down on the far boards. Stepping up was Aaron Shields, and he kept it from getting past center red. Stepping in there will be Dickinson, and he'll play it ahead for Evangelista, who'll send it into the zone, and it'll be covered up by Fagerquist. 7:36 remains here in the second. Still 7-3.
And you get the crowd chirping at Liberty now, too. One guy's like, yeah, nice shot, yeah.
I love when a crowd gets, it doesn't matter if it's sarcastic or not, I love when a crowd gets into a game. I mean, if I can feed off it, I can only imagine what it does for the players on the ice. Face-off won by the Patriots. It's picked up there for Brian Bach back to the near side boards. Played ahead for Sevi Cordova. Puck went straight up. Tony will put it into the zone. Can he get back to it? Well, we're going to have an offsides call, so it's not going to matter.
I'm sorry. I'm just still calling him. Either I'm just really tired or I'm just really amused by it. I mean,
I think a little column A and a little column B there.
Yeah, you got to sleep today. I had to be at school at 8 a.m.
Moan. We could have napped. Far side. Could have napped down in the Patriots box. Back over the far side.
Yeah, it wasn't that busy of a game. I could have.
Yeah. Would have been cold.
You would have been crying all the time. I can't do all this.
Far side. Leave my tears out of this. Goes back out for Brian Bach.
You mean icicles?
At that point, yes. It's cold down at ringside. Back behind Liberty net. Sweeping in is Pouliot. He got the puck away from the defender. Quick shot from Bach. Save made. I'm not sure how it got away to the far side there. Carried away now for, I believe that's Gregory Haywood. He's forced off the puck and it's cleared back up and out off the big hit. Bouncing puck through, and it's going to be picked up there by Brian Bach. Played right in front. Liberty trying to take it away. They do. Quick play from Coburn. Save made off the shot from Graham. Graham and Coburn right in front of Fagerquist. Fagerquist came out the victor.
Yeah, Fagerquist has been tested. The shots are now 29-11 in favor of the Liberty Flames. And Fagerquist has been outstanding. The score, 3 goals, you might not think so, but they've been pretty saves.
There's been plenty of pretty saves, and he's been hung out to dry on at least 2 of those goals. So,
and they were on the PP, so.
Right, the special teams does not help as the puck bounces through. Back to the near side it goes for Dickinson. Quick shot, blocker save made, sent over to that far side. He actually hasn't been listed on a couple of those shots too. I bet they're even higher. That comes all the way back for Flaherty. He's going to be stopped there, and the crowd is not standing for Dan Vecchio getting talked to.
You don't talk to a Mason player without getting harassed by the crowd here. Come on.
No discussion. None at all. 6:01 remains here in the second. It's 7-3 in favor of the Patriots. And yeah, there's a great atmosphere for hockey right now. It helps to be up 4 goals against a very good Liberty Flames team.
Yeah, 6-2-0 according to your record here, John. Yep. That's pretty good.
As it's played around over that far side. Stopped by Doc Sitter and kept it. Bouncing puck in front. Mandeville had a chance at it. Oh, and he is bowled into the cage. Mandeville got a quick slap of the stick. But, I mean, really, that's nothing compared to being thrown into the crossbar.
Are they... You can't do that. The crowd's chanting now.
Do you blame them?
Are they going to give one interference or rough on that one? Rough, probably.
I would think a rough. And I did do some of the tallying. Liberty is 6-2 with the goals for 41, goals against 23. So this is not a team that shies away. No, they score a lot. They don't give up a lot. And well,
this match is a third of what they've given up this whole season so far in 2 quarters. About a third.
Yeah. It's impressive what George Mason has been able to do. As played back up for Dylan Talbot, puts it right in front, backhand, scores! Tony Cordova took the feed in front and dangled his way for an 8th goal on the night. 5:45 remains here in the second. 8-3 score. That's a power play goal. Is in the box was Gregory Haywood.
So that's what, 2 goals and 2 assists for him? At least 2 assists.
I would love to see the score sheet.
They might be on another score sheet by now.
Very true. There are not that many slots.
Well, now we've got a football game here with a 2-point conversion. Getting ready for a football Sunday.
Unfortunately, there's no Flames in the NFL, so.
No. There is in hockey. I'm sure there's one for soccer.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, baseball. There's not a Flames for baseball.
Not in the MLB. Well, I mean, the Flames name started with Atlanta. The Atlanta Flames, 1972, they were brought in the league. Moved up to Calgary. Atlanta's team was named for actually the burning of Atlanta by General. It wasn't Sherman, was it? Yeah, Sherman's March of the Feet. Yeah.
There's a power play. There's a penalty on the board too against
the goaltender Flaherty. So George Mason will go right back on the power play. Tony Cordova with the goal. Dylan Talbot with the assist. And Chevy Cordova managed to get that second assist. 5:20 remains in the second. Minute 34 remaining on the power play for the Patriots as Tony Cordova will have it. Backhand pass for Talbot. Now to the near side for Baker. Baker gets bowled over with a hit from behind, and this jab of the stick coming from Jordan Dickinson. As it's picked up there, Tony Cordova. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the goaltender. Well, what do you know? Back through a quick play in front. It's going to be poke checked away by Flaherty as that puck is cleared up and out. 1:02 remains on the power play for the Patriots, but driving in there will be the Flames. Coburn from the far side corner. 53 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Patriots as Tony Cordova will corral the puck. 45 seconds now as Tony works the slow breakout. Plays it in. Jump ball out of the air. Picked up by Dickinson. Played right back, return to center. Stopped by Flaherty. It's going to be left off and swung around behind over to the far side as Talbot will pitchfork it ahead for Chevy Cordova. Chevy Cordova back up top to Talbot. 22 seconds on the power play. Chevy Cordova, lots of pressure on, trying to force that puck through. He weasels his way in between two players to get it through. Up top to Baker near side. Quick shot, blocker, save made. Chevy Cordova, how does he get through traffic like that? I would love to see him on I-95. Far side it goes for Talbot. Down behind the net for Tony Cordova. Back over to Talbot. Talbot looks, shot, save made, and held on to by Flaherty. 3:41 remains here in the second. The man advantage over. We have five-a-side hockey.
I'm just chuckling at the crowd, John. They're very impressive. They're good hecklers.
Yeah, they're not the most on the positive reinforcement, but darn do they do well on the other side of that.
Well, they're college kids, I mean, really.
I'm used to hearing a lot of really good chants and chirps, but these guys, they are personal. And it goes for Danny Gassel down low. Play with Connor Gear. We'll work that puck away, and we're going to have a hand pass against George Mason.
That looked like a hand pass for Liberty.
But it's in their own zone.
I know, that's what I was confused on.
Oh, he closed his hand on the puck. It actually should be a penalty, but
that's only in the crease, I thought.
No, you can't like grab it out of the air and hold on to it and like toss it.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. If you catch the puck, you have to drop it immediately. You can't direct it. As it's picked up there by Sean Backer. Backer through center. Long out to the near side. Backer still with that puck. He swings around behind the net. Gets hit once, but keep with it. Plays it in the slot before being knocked down. And falling on top of him is Will Edler, and I'm sure that didn't look good, but there's not going to be no call. Played up and out by Brian Bach, and it's going to get all the way back to Flaherty, who will leave it off for Haywood. Gregory Haywood from behind his own net will work the breakout here with 2:50 remaining in the second period. 8-3 your score in favor of George Mason. Graham trying to go coast to coast. He gets knocked into the near side corner. Big battle happening in that near side corner. Will come out for Brian Bach. We're going to have a delayed penalty call, I believe, against Mason.
Yeah, it's going to be against Liberty for interference.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Martin
will go to the box. He's the man not on my roster.
Surprisingly, the person I expected to be in the box soon and I haven't seen yet go to the box is Berman, number 18, Kyle Berman. I'm actually, because he's been a very aggressive player out there. There's nothing wrong with aggression, but eventually
there is. Well, I mean, I am all for old-time hockey. Throw the bodies, get the hits involved. I'm okay with a 1-0 hockey game as long as there's a lot of hitting. But there's a difference between being aggressive and physical and using your stick and being
dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah. That's a good word for it because there's a sportsmanlike element to it. Hitting somebody with the body, that's a sportsmanlike play. It's a gentleman's agreement of sorts. Quick play in front, bouncing puck again, and it's in the back of the net again. 13 seconds in, George Mason makes Liberty pay. We said don't go to the box. Well, that advice goes double for Liberty.
I think George Mason's going for the dozen right now at this rate.
Well, yeah, I mean, after the 4-2 loss last time, stuff like this goes a long way in the rankings. They want to make it known that they have trounced the Liberty Flames.
And it is pouring right now into the Flames.
We'll have to get the goal call because there were so many people in front. I have no idea who actually popped into the back of the net.
Probably the goalie, actually. Probably bounced off the goalie and
well, who gets credit is the better question then. We're going to have it played by a high stick, and we'll have a face-off down in Liberty's zone. 2:08 remains here in the second. 5 goals came against Jonathan Lulis. 4 goals now against Daniel Flaherty. The other goaltender, Patrick Cormack, I don't see him dressed down there, so there's only these 2 options.
Oh, yeah, the third goalie.
As it's cleared back into the George Mason zone, still waiting on the public address for who got the last George Mason goal. It's 9-3 with just under 2 minutes to play as it's played right in front. Dan Vecchio had it played off from Dickinson as it's cleared away there thanks to Aaron Shields. Cleared up but not out. It's kept in by Sheehy. Down low it goes. Coburn with it. Sevi Cordova, I should have known.
Hat trick. I think.
Tony Cordova will get the assist. And Baker with the second assist.
Tony had 2, so they both have 2 now.
So it's Sevi from Tony and Nick Baker. 1:20 remains here in the second. It's over the far side now, back in the Patriot zone. Aaron Shields will be chipping on the far sides. Pushed ahead by Baker, who dangled his way around. And now he has Guiney beside him, 2-on-1. Looks for the shot. He scores! Nick Baker makes it double digits with a minute left to play here in the second. Nowhere to go but up from here.
And that says it all, folks.
10-3 your score, and it's only the second. Don't tune out. It's going to be good. Stick with us here. We'll have a good time. 1:03 remains here in the second period, and Liberty back to the face-off dot. Mandeville will run into a wall named Sean Backer. Whew. And now they're jawing at each other. As it goes over the far side, 51 seconds remains. Baker will get the goal.
Second of the night.
Jeff Egan, the assist, is cleared up and out. So it'll be Baker from Egan as it's played by Sean Backer in his own zone. Lots of pressure on from the Patriots. Mandeville forces him into the boards. Mandeville is not happy with how he's been treated. And I believe he's going to go to the box for his actions now as Garrett Pohl will chase back after it and touch up. And we're going to have a holding call.
Interesting.
Well, I guess after he ran into him, he held on, and finishing his check was already well finished at that point. 22 seconds remain here in the second. It's 10-3 in favor of George Mason.
Shots are still 29-15.
10 goals on 15 shots. Now, I mean, they could be slightly higher, but not by much. Not by much. Quick play from Haywood doesn't get through. 16 seconds remain in the period. From behind the net is Liberty.
No, they're back to 66% completion rate.
That's just back through a good clear by Sevi Cordova. Haywood will take it from Flaherty, and that's how we're going to end the second period of play. 10-3 your score. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. Join us for the intermission report right after this. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. It's an unbelievable atmosphere. The fans cheer the Zamboni every time it comes around. These guys do not let up.
No, it's great. Great crowd. Great crowd.
Well, we came in here, what was it, 5-2 the score at the last one? They had 6 shots and 5 goals that period?
Yeah. Yeah.
My goodness.
Awesome. Right now the shots are 29-15, but in favor of Liberty. So, I'm just saying, 66% on getting those shots behind the goaltender. So,
and that's just it. If you wouldn't mind getting out the Liberty schedule I had while I look through this, George, it should be in the folder still towards the back. George Mason has had a very tough schedule. I was very surprised to see they are ranked 5th in the Atlantic, and there the crowd goes for the Zamboni. 5th in the Atlantic of ACHA Division III with a 4-3 record. Behind Rowan University's number 1. They're going to play them January 25th. And then they play Penn State Brandywine, who is in 6th position behind George Mason, followed by the 8th position, Widener University, which we'll have next week, I believe. Penn State Altoona at 15, Loyola at 16, which again next weekend. Yep. And Robert Morris University of Pennsylvania, they'll have that in 2 weeks. So that's a lot of ranked teams here in the top 20 of ACHA Division III Atlantic. And they already played Delaware, which is ranked 20th. In the ACHA South, Christopher Newport is 3rd. They played them twice. 2 losses, but 1 very close in overtime. UNC Wilmington, we played them that first game we had. They're ranked 10th in the South. James Madison is 18th in the South. And then they got Maryland, Richmond coming, and now Liberty, which Liberty's listed as 35th, but they're also listed as 0-1 in here.
Right.
So, you want to talk statistics, George Mason sitting 5th. Lots of ranked teams to play, a tough schedule, a lot of tough teams they've played. This is not a team to mess around with. As much as Liberty has collapsed, George Mason has done fantastically.
Yeah, just be careful though. We also said that about 2 weeks ago when we said George Washington when it was 4-0.
True.
And well, Coach kind of jinxed that one a little bit too in the
locker.
Well,
yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have that jinx going with us today.
Thankfully.
But yeah, I mean they've played very well here, and they do play well against top teams. There's only been 1 or 2 games that we've seen them really collapse. If they can keep this up, they have a good shot at making playoffs.
It could definitely happen. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how Nationals works on a D3 level. I just don't have the experience with it. I'll have to look into it because, well, it could happen.
It could happen. It really could happen. And I think if you can keep this crowd every time at a home game, very possible. That the crowd, that's a huge, huge momentum boost for a team.
Did you find that schedule? Because I know Liberty was not only beating teams, but destroying teams. No?
All I have is the article on the coach, a roster.
Well, I will, it's this one.
Oh.
Right at the back here as we have a table coming through. Liberty, no it's not, never mind. It's this
is the last game against George Mason.
They beat Potomac Patriots Junior B 5-3. East Carolina University 7-2, George Mason 4-2. They lost to James Madison, which we talked about, 7-5 with that. Well, it should have been 8-5 actually. Radford they beat 6-0. Loyola they beat 7-3. Again, Loyola very highly ranked. And University of North Carolina Wilmington, who the Patriots lost to, they lost 4-3. We're talking about great teams here that Liberty was steamrolling.
Right.
And here they are down 10-3. So, major credit to George Mason on figuring these guys out.
And if you want to talk about specific players, the Cordovas each have at least 4 points apiece, if not more. We just lost track. We're going to have to look at that score sheet and see exactly, because they've been in almost, one of them has been a part of every single goal, or almost every single goal in this game, and that's impressive. I mean, you look at this, before entering this game, you looked at Tony, I think, was 19, Savvy was 18, and then the rest of the team was like 8-7 points. So, I mean, just the amount of production those two have, and it's showing tonight, but we've had plenty of other production from other players.
It's been all over, and let's see if they can finish strong. You can't let this go to your head. I know it's 7 goals. That can slip away quickly, as Liberty found out against James Madison.
Yes.
So that's going to wrap it up for us. I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. Join us for the drop of the puck in the 3rd period very soon.
Yes.
Welcome back, sports fans. The 3rd period of play with Liberty down 10-3. John Baranowski here, Phillip Prevost off on assignment for the moment, is over the far side. Brandon Coburn will drive into Patriot territory with the crowd going wild as it's played off to Dockstetter on the near side. Dockstetter apparently spent some time with the Division II team last year, playing with his brother, as David Stearns gave us the info on that one. So take it for what it's worth. As it's back down to the near side. I'm sure he's watching and he just cursed my name, I guarantee it. Back round behind the net. 1 minute remains on the power play for Liberty. Forgot about that one. As Mandeville is in the box for a holding call. Is over to Coburn on the far side. He gets forced to the outside, pushed there by Andrew Nash. Round to the near side it goes for Dickinson. Up top, goes for Berman. Over the far side, quick shot. That came from Haywood, and is saved by Fagerquist. Quick play in front, slapped away by the Patriots, up and out of the zone. That worked out extra well. 30 seconds remains on the power play for the Flames. Dickinson will play it to the near side for Berman, ahead for Dockstetter. As George Mason is throwing t-shirts, and the crowd looks like a bunch of hungry piranhas. Back to how it goes, played up and out by David Guiney. Dangling with the puck is Daniel Flaherty. I have to project just to get over the crowd. They love t-shirts. Who doesn't? So over the far side, played up and out. Chasing it down will be Jordan Dickinson. Pressure on from Mandeville, who's fresh out of the box. Lovejoy trying to keep it in, but can't, and he gets back to it at the center red. He'll clear it now, back into the zone. My goodness. On the far side it goes. Played off for Marcus Dees. Dees couldn't get it very far. It's played right back in by Dylan Talbot. Reminded me of the fish hatcheries of Pymatuming, where the fish actually end up like flopping on top of each other. Ducks can walk on them. There's that dense, and kids going after t-shirts. Quick shot, sails high and wide. Pymatuming State Park, check it out. That's over on the far side, up in northern Pennsylvania. Cameraman Shepard grabs the mic and scares me. Over on the far side, I am afeared. This played right in front. Shot, sails wide of the net. Back now to the near side it goes for Connor Sheehy. Played in front, shot, save made. Fagerquist unable to hang on. Over the far side for Will Edler. He'll clear it up and out, gets to center red before Sheehy will put it right back in. Far side it goes now. Edler will take the puck, tries to center it. Trying to work it through, and it goes for Danny Gassel. Fans are rabid here. 17 minutes remains in the third, 10-3 your score.
They really aren't letting anything go tonight. It's kind of nice to see.
They are brutal, as Graham will put the shot wide in the net over the far side, and Martin will pick it up. Centering through, quick shot from Dees. Unable to get a second one off. Good play by the Patriots. And now we have Brian Bach the other way. He tries to center it for Guiney, but just a little too far ahead. Loss of pressure on from Sean Backer all the way as well. Backhand pass intercepted by Liberty. It's ahead for Sean Backer. Poke check Everett, the second one. Backer will get back to it. It's on the far side corner now as Backer tries to chase it down. Brian Bach round to the near side. Martin with it. Martin will have it off for Graham. Graham chasing it down on the far side. Lots of pressure on as David Guiney waited for him to touch the puck before going after him. Cleared up and out. 16 minutes left to play here in the third. It's cleared back into Patriot territory. It's picked up there by Garrett Pohl. Pohl will play it ahead for Tony Cordova. Tony Cordova lost the biscuit there and is played ahead by Dockstetter backhand. Everett, he scores! Actually quite the impressive goal as he dangled to the far side, backhanded top shelf. Can't blame Fagerquist for that one. 15:42 remains in the third, and it's 10-4.
Like I said in the pregame, John, you got to keep puck possession because that's going to be Liberty's #1 knife, and they used it to deadly precision in that one.
Yeah, they definitely, you swing in front of the net, and they are deadly, as they've done that a few times, actually. As Dockstetter tries to drive back to it, but Baker will take it away. Cleared up and out. As it's ahead for Tony Cordova. He realizes the pressure, drops it off for Nash. Nash will try and get back to it. Back along the near side it goes. Up and out of the zone as Garrett Pohl reaches for it. Play across for Berman. So Coburn got the assist on Dockstetter's goal. As Tony Cordova will loft it to the net. And holding on to it will be Flaherty. And Ref will finally blow the whistle. Took him forever as the goalie's like, all right, I was going to drop it, but fine.
That was interesting. That was a long time right there.
It was. Well, I mean, there was no one around him, and then the ref's like, all right. You won it, fine. 15 minutes left to play. Here in the third, 10-4 your score. George Mason over the Liberty Flames. Far side it goes for Shields. Tries to put it on net, gets caught up in traffic. Far side it goes, Mandeville had it. It's kept back in by Shields. Brown behind the net now to the near side boards. Picked up by the Flames. Clackering with it. Along to the outside. Ahead. Brian Bach putting pressure on. Clackering still with it. Now the far side finally gets the stick lift and the pocket picked. Ahead for Dylan Talbot, who'll get to center red before clearing it in. Chasing it down will be Sean Backer. Carried over on the far side now. Chase Evangelista. Lost it there, and it goes for Connor Gear. Centering pass trying to find Lovejoy. It's intercepted by Caleb Wiesner. Wiesner on the outside. Dangles around one man. Poke check. Everett will take it away. But Evangelista will pick up the loose change. Far side it goes. Connor Gear trying to take away Evangelista. Stands up with it. Will Edler had a chance at it, but it's sent back on as it was left at the point. Back on that near side corner. Shields will play it up and out, but it's going to hit off the netting. A puck out of play. 13:49 remains here in the third. 10-4 Patriots.
Well, I missed the goal, John, but it looks like Mason's trying to get a little bit more in the lane so there's not so much passing involved between the teams. Just trying to block shots.
As it's carried by Brian Bach. Trying in front. No, it's going to be taken away by Sheehy. Shields will grab it. He'll send it right back over for Bach. It will play it for Edler, and chasing after it will be Connor Gear. Right back into the zone. Shields with it. George Mason definitely calling off the dogs, but still playing as hard as you definitely want to be seen. As played through, Graham will intercept. Looks for the shot. Just high, I think, catch to the shoulder of Fagerquist. Graham will try and get it back down low. Shields will step in. It's important to have a bend but not break mentality, and George Mason is doing that rather well right now, as Graham will have another chance at it, but Shields will step up. Edler will help as well and get it out of the zone. Taking the time to get everyone on side was Berman. He takes the shot, went off a Shields shin pad and well wide. Bouncing puck behind the net, go for Brian Bach, who dangles his way around. He carries up ice now. On the outside, Coburn will rub him off the puck, and it's cleared back up and out. Jeff Egan will stop it. A little bit of miscommunication from Daniel Gassel. It's left for Dockstetter now. Dockstetter tried to dangle his way through. He had the last goal, but thanks to the skates of Egan, he won't get another. Bouncing puck in front. Played over to the far side as Dan Vecchio will step in. Centering effort for Daniel Gassel will play it ahead, but it's going to be stopped by Gregory Haywood. Far side now to near. Dockstetter will get to that puck. 12 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third period. 10-4 your score. Quick play in front. Dockstetter had a chance, went off the side of the net. Far side it goes for Dickinson. Back along the near side. Kept in just barely by Haywood. As it's played through and back out to Haywood off of the play from David Guiney. Far side, Pejao will have it in his own zone. He'll play it up and out, but it's played right back in. Egan will put the shot all the way from center red. As Guiney will drive in there. A headhunting effort there by Gregory Haywood as it's played back in that near side corner. Going for Mandeville. Mandeville puts it in front. Trying to find Dylan Talbot, but it'll go for Shields over on the far side. Down for Mandeville in the corner. Centering pass. Intercepted by Haywood. Played along the near side. Wheeling to the outside is Caleb Wiesner. Wiesner with it still. Tries to dangle through. He's stopped by Nick Baker. Long toss down the ice. Bouncing puck will go off, and now it's Lovejoy into the corner. He's got one man to beat, but that man will step in the way. One of those Casey Brown who stepped in as it's played off from Baker. Back to the near side it goes. Mandeville has stick trapped in a player and won't get the call as it's up now for Baker. Baker takes the shot, saving in the glove. The rebound from Mandeville, unable to hang on. Talbot took another shot, but it went wide as well. Stepping in there is Lovejoy, back behind the net. Big pile up as it goes behind the net. Sean Baker trying to get back through it, and it's come back along the near side. Pushed up ice. Carried now by Chase Evangelista, who will clear it into the zone. Stopped off by Fagerquist, and will leave it off for Baker. 10:25 remains here in the third period. 10-4 Patriots. Over to the far side, it's played up by Shields. Cleared into the zone, knocked down by Baker. Unable to hang on to it. Pouliot will help out. Centering passes, Baker will play it over the far side. Quick shot. It gets caught up in the skates of Kyle Berman on that effort from Andrew Nash. This round to the near side. Harris with that puck. He leaves it off for Dees. Pejao will take it from behind his own net, trying to play it up ice. Kept in by Sheehy, who will send a puck rocketing wide of the net. Far side for Nash, unable to knock it out of the zone. Play in front, bouncing puck there. Dees will get to it. Fagerquist will cover it up as it hits next to his pad. Lots of bouncing puck, just trying to pinball it through. Not much of a possession game right now. It's try and keep it to the most dangerous man, the man without the puck.
Yeah, and I was keeping track. I wasn't really keeping track, but I was watching the George Mason shoot on Liberty's goal. They're not putting the shots up. So I think that number is really skewed now because they got at least 3 shots on the net, never came up on the board. So my numbers could be off now, but maybe something's wrong with the clock.
Impressive nonetheless.
Still, yes.
As it's back through. Jeff Egan with a chance takes the shot. Stick save will send all the way to the far side. Dan Vecchio will corral it. He's knocked down hard, and we are going to get a call for that one. And we're going to have some chirping in front between Egan and a Liberty player.
Mason do not take a retaliation penalty. Get back to the bench, and that's what the coach is telling him. Get back to the bench. Don't get involved. It's okay. Just let the refs do their job. Don't do anything stupid.
That is the truth, as Haywood's going to go into the box. I believe he had the initial hit. They're not going to call anything extra for the extracurriculars in front.
Sometimes you also got to let that jawing out, because if you don't, it builds up. It could lead to a very dangerous situation. Keep it within range.
Face off. Well, I'm not sure anyone wanted it. Now it comes out for the Patriots for Baker. Head contact, the call on Haywood. As it's played round and out.
We've seen 2 disqualifications during one of the Potomac games for head-to-head contact.
Usually you see a lot more for that. Played now for Pouliot. Gets to the outside. Minute 30 remains of power play for the Patriots. Up 10-4. Pouliot with it still on the half boards. Plays it up for Garrett Pohl. Over to Pejao. Couldn't get a handle on that pass, but he will keep it in the zone as it's kept in by David Guiney. Puts it down low for Lovejoy. Up top for Pohl. Takes a shot. Pad save made. Far side Liberty will chip it up and out. Garrett Pohl will stop it from going the length of the ice. Pohl will play it back for Baker. 1 minute remains on the power play as Baker takes some pressure. Gets into the zone now to the outside, drops it off for Lovejoy, who plays it to the front of the net. Man held up was David Guiney. Baker will keep it in. Plays to the front of the net. Guiney unable to get there in time. It's played up by Connor Sheehy. 42 seconds remain on that power play. Ahead for Alex Mandeville. Mandeville has a couple of goals on the night. Dangles to the outside. Looks for the backhand effort. He scores! Caught it glove side high, dangling his way around. Another power play goal. It's 11-4.
That was an impressive shot, John. That really was. Came in from the left side there, popped right over his shoulder and bounced right in.
7:45 remains here in the third. 11-4 your score.
One more for my dozen.
Oh, at that point, let's make it a Baker's dozen. Comes back to the outside, played in front.
We do have a Baker, yeah.
Paul Bruckner had that one. Oh, well, if he put in that, that would be fun.
Yeah, what if Baker got
it would be
13th?
A baker's dozen. As it's played in front. Up and out of the zone. Daniel Gassel battling against Backer. It's over on the far side and cleared in that far side corner. 7:15 remains here in the third. 11-4. Mandeville will get the goal. A hat trick for him tonight. Baker will get the assist. It looks like he'll get the only assist. So the third goal of the night for Alex Mandeville. Not too shabby. Far side it goes. Tony Cordova. No, I'm sorry. That was Daniel Gassel. I saw the one on the sweater and I got excited. Far side. Liberty carries their way through. We're seeing a lot of players from the bottom of the roster who were not listed on their website. Like 7 of their games not listed on their website. Over the far side, Coburn has it. Quick shot caught up in the stick, and it was going to be played away by Brian Bach. Over the far side, chasing it down, will be Dan Vecchio. Puts it round behind, and it's going to be stopped up there by Kyle Berman. David Guiney trying to get the... Oh, and he's hit from right in front, trying to look for the wraparound. Everett had his head down and got plastered in the crease.
My favorite song.
6:04 remains here in the third, 11-4. Here's your score.
That's one of the disadvantages of being a short player, because when you're wrapping around, when you're coming around the net and you're trying to, your head's down, you're a perfect aim for people just to like run right into you, and like that can cause some serious damage. You gotta keep your head up.
You're right at elbow level for a lot, and we are going to get a call here as it's played behind. Liberty will touch up, and
actually, I think Mason touched on.
It will be a hit from behind on whomever is going to the box. No, you're right. Going to the box will be Andrew Nash. 5:54 remains here in the third. Nash in the box. Your score, 11-4 in favor of George Mason. Face-off won back by the Patriots.
Good song.
They're going to call a hand pass in their own zone. Again.
Maybe you should done a lot of hand pass tonight.
David Stearns helping me out, saying that many of these Liberty players came down from the Division II team. Either way, it comes back now for Berman, takes a shot high and outside. So if the bunch from the Division II team and we're still up 11-4, that says a lot for the talent on this George Mason team. As it goes over for Berman on the far side for Haywood, and shot well wide of the net. Berman will get back to it at the near side point. A little bit of help from Dickinson. Far side for Haywood. Thanks, Dave. It goes through over on the far side. Coburn. He gave me that information. Quick shot, save made by Fagerquist. Rebound in the net, knocked off. We're going to get a whistle for it. Quick shot, save made off the Berman shot. Fagerquist stands tall again. Minute 9 remains on the power play. I had many a game with a fellow commentator texting in. There was a football game against Cheney. Another blowout, Mercyhurst over Cheney. And my friend Joe was texting me like, how much time is left? And then I'd say how much time was left. And be like, it's like I'm there in the box with you. As David says, no problem. Hey, thanks, Dave. Back on the near side it goes. Dees will take it. Up top for Backer. Takes the shot. Blocker save made. Back down the near side for Dees. Wiesner on the near side half boards. Takes the shot. Save made on the pad. Slapped up and out by Shields. 36 seconds remains on the power play for the Flames as Backer will come all the way back into his own zone. 4.5 minutes to play here in the third. Up 11-4 are the George Mason Patriots. Back through it goes now to the near side for Connor Sheehy. Sheehy puts the blast in front. Fagerquist makes the save. and it's slapped away by Shields. I had a feeling it wasn't underneath him. There was no whistle. Good play by the defense, coming up to help Fagerquist.
I think the net's off. I can't tell, though.
It might still be. It was knocked off just a little bit, as Clackering has it back, driving to the cage, forced to the outside by Brian Bach. We'll have five-a-side hockey now. As it's back on that near side. Backer had a chance at it, heading out for Wiesner. They're going to be offsides as Marcus Dees was just a bit overzealous.
Liberty was trying on that power play, a lot of shots from the point, a lot of shots from the blue line. And, you know, you give any goalie time to see a shot, they're going to stop it. And Fagerquist had very good lanes to look and was able just to block every shot. He was squared up and looked pretty good.
I mean, their 4 goals came mostly on dangles in front.
And most of them on the power play, too.
And most of them on the power play. So you get room, some separation. We're going to have another power play here. Interference, the call. I believe it's on Garrett Pohl.
I think we're at the baker's dozen for penalties.
Well, for sure. 3:35 remains here in the third. 11-4 your score. As Garrett Pohl will go to the box for interference. Crowd's still here. They're a little quieter. I guess they realize they don't need to chirp everything, but they're there for moral support. As it's back up top for Berman to the near side. Quick shot, just off the glove. He caught the slightest bit of it, was Fagerquist. As it's pushed ahead there by Vecchio, up and out, Berman will corral it. Played ahead there by Gregory Haywood over to the far side. Back on the near side boards it goes for Dickinson. Dickinson, lots of play from Pejao, putting pressure on. Minute 27 remains on the power play for the Flames. Pejao will scoop up the loose puck. Far side, Coburn will have it. Play down the near side boards, quick play in front, save on the toe. The play right in front again. And it's saved by Fagerquist, like bees around a hive were the Flames, just swarming around Fagerquist, and somehow, from on his backside, he manages to smother that puck.
Well, bees don't actually run away from fire because of smoke, and so.
But they are the Flames, so flaming bees, mother of God. The look I got from my cameraman was priceless. Genuine fear. And back there it goes for Backer. Quick shot, sails wide. Far side, Sheehy will keep it in.
I almost knocked the guy's drink off the glass on the other side.
You got to watch that. Shot save made by Fagerquist in the breadbasket. 52 seconds remains.
It wiggled, and the guy just looked at it, and then it stopped.
So he gave it a stern look, and it stopped moving, huh?
The Ron Swanson effect.
The Ron Swanson effect. This back to the near side, cleared up, but not out. Kept in by Backer. Takes the shot. He choked up on his stick at the last second. Interesting decision. Is played from point-blank range. Bouncing puck goes out for Sheehy. Stopped off there. Now it goes for Brian Bach the other way. 3-on-1. Poke check ever got through. Oh, a quick play in front. Nearly had it in. Was Connor Gear on the redirect. 26 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Flames. Far side it goes. Sheehy will pull down Daniel Gassel. And Daniel Gassel was not quick to let him away from that one. Backer on the far side, dangling shot, save made on just the side of the glove and off the post. Power play about to expire here as we have another big hit on the far sides. Shields caught up in a Liberty player as it played in front. And
goal.
There was a goal as it bounces in front. I guess inevitable after that long. A power play goal with just the last seconds remaining on it. Well, I mean, Liberty has been playing intensely, very intensely for that power play. They wanted something to go a little bit better with the end of this one. And let's face it, George Mason doesn't really have to worry too much with a minute 35 and a 7-goal advantage. They can let one slide.
Yeah, I'm never a fan of like giving up a lot of stuff at the end because there's no point, Just like the Steelers versus Colts game last week, it's like, they score 51 points. Yeah, but they gave up 34. Like,
well, yeah,
there's two parts of the game, offense and defense.
Definitely, it does. It does say a lot. As Dockstader will take the shot. George Mason got caught trying to be more physical. They were going for just the body, didn't worry much about the puck, and it bit him. A quick shot, bouncing puck in front again, taken away by Nash. Dockstader will have it. We have a minute remaining here in the third period. So D's got the goal from Wiesner. There's 48 seconds remain here in the game, and it's round behind the net. I'm confident in saying it's the rest of the game. As it's on the far side boards now. Pejao will have it. Big hit there by Will Edler. As played back to the near side for Dickinson. Ahead for Dockstader is a bunch of Mason fans jiggling their keys, I guess they're saying, to go start the bus. As it's cleared the length of the ice, we'll have an icing call with 11-5 your score in the waning seconds of the third period.
Mercy roll. There should be a mercy roll at this point.
24.5 seconds remains in the third. Face-off won by the Patriots. It's going to be slapped up to the near side, but intercepted by Dickinson. Right over the far side, just 15 seconds left, as Edler will take the puck off of him. Play it ahead, trying to find Nash, and won't be able to connect on this one, as Sheehy will have it here. Crowd gets to the countdown, as it's tied up on the near side. And that will end this one, as the referee's quick to make sure that there's some separation between everybody. 11-5 your final.
They were counting a little too fast there, John. They had to wait on 4, 3, 2.
They get excited. I don't blame them. 11-5 your final score. The George Mason Patriots, well, a couple weeks ago we had a drubbing at the hands of Christopher Newport. Now we get to call one on the other side. It's good to be on top. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. We're going to have some quick post-game coverage, hopefully an interview or two. So stick with us. You know the drill, how that goes. Should be a good one. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. 11-4 your final. Sorry, 11-5. They got that last one. Can't forget that last one. 11-5 your final score. A 6-goal lead to beat the Liberty Flames. Not too shabby, eh?
No, I wanted my dozen though, but I didn't get my dozen.
Well, you got to call off the Dogs eventually. I mean, they were being nice at that point. There was a lot of play back in their own zone. They didn't force the puck up ice. There were definitely opportunities they could have taken and didn't. Really a bit of sportsmanship.
Yeah. And both teams were physical. And at the end, hey, we want some coffee? Let's go get some coffee. You know what I mean? It's
buy you a soda after the game.
Buy you a double-double,
Well, if only.
If only.
I miss Tim Hortons. All right. Well, I get, there's not that much to talk about at this point. I think we bore out everything with an 11-5 victory. Definitely George Mason standing up and being a great team against a team that is pretty good.
Yeah, and I think, the number one star was Sevi?
Yeah, it was Sevi Cordova with 2 goals and 5 assists.
5 assists, yeah. So 7.9 for him, and I think his brother has to be equal or has 6. Like his brother
very close.
His brother at one point had 5 points. So I mean, he has to be up there. And then we had Baker. Was it Baker?
Mandeville
had the hat trick. Yeah.
I don't know how many assists. I didn't hear it over the crowd. So
yeah, it was crazy. We'll have to find that out, and we can get a player talk about that maybe in an interview.
All right. Well, I'll send you off to go and get some interviews and see what you get, and I guess it's going to sign us off. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. Good night, everybody. Stick around for interviews.
Hi, sports fans. Phillip Prevost here with Alex Mandeville here. And he is the recipient of 3 goals tonight, hat trick. You want to talk a little bit about what happened tonight?
Yeah, I had a hat trick tonight, and I got one last game too. So I'm on a little bit of a streak right now, and it feels good. I got my confidence up.
That's great. So what's the trick? Because if you look at the statistics, you were struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season, but now you got all these goals right now. So what's the trick?
I switched sticks last week against CNU to a stick I was using last season. I think that's kind of done the trick. I've been working on it in practice as well, and I'll stick with that until anything else goes wrong.
Okay. So like overall, how's the team feel tonight? This is a pretty good game for you guys.
Yeah, it was a big win. We've only beat Liberty once in our past, and so to beat them 11-5 felt good. I think our confidence is up, and that's exactly what we need going into next week.
Exactly, and they were 6-2 was the record. So I mean, they were no low team. I mean, they were a really strong team, and tonight you made them look like a high school team actually out there and just scored all those goals.
Yeah, it felt good, and I'm glad we got the win.
Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you too long. I'm sure you're exhausted. So I'll let you go. This is Alex Mandeville, Phillip Prevost here, guys, and I have one more interview coming up. We'll get back to you shortly. Hi, sports fans. Phillip Prevost here with Keith Fagerquist, the goalie, with the W tonight. Keith, what am I doing? Keith, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty tired.
Pretty tired.
Long game.
Long game. We saw you 2 weeks ago at Kettler with against George Washington. Get the nod again tonight. Yeah. Did you do anything different between the two games, or do you think you kept pretty much everything the same and that was able to lead to your success?
I mean, I just kept working at practice. I knew that was going to be the goalie rotation, so I mean, I had that week off, and then I just worked hard leading up to this game.
They tested you a couple times. Did it get you off your game at all, or you were able just to kind of calm the storm at those times?
I mean, they packed on a lot of shots tonight, which can actually help you when you're playing. I mean, I got in a pretty good rhythm, so it felt good, and that helped me out.
Do you prefer a lot of shots or not so many shots?
I mean, sometimes when you're on, you actually prefer the shots, and tonight was one of those nights.
Okay. As a team, how do you think you did?
I mean, that scoreboard says it all. I mean, that's a great team we beat, and to put 11 goals in, that just shouldn't happen. So I mean, that's a great win for us.
And of course, I mean, sometimes it's hard to see anything to improve on after a win. But is there things that maybe yourself needs to work on, or the team in general need to work on?
I mean, I was coughing up a lot of rebounds out there. I don't know if you noticed that. So I mean, the shot total probably wouldn't be as high as it was if I wasn't doing that. But so I guess that's something I can work on.
Okay. Do you know when the next game you might be playing?
I think I'm actually getting this weekend off, and then I'll probably have the weekend after that.
Okay. Well, we'll let you get out of here and get some rest, and we'll look forward to seeing you at that time, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
And sports